Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we have a little bit of work to do here. We of course are fairly notorious right now, and I want to let that decay a bit before we go after Oregon again and Upper Canada. We're going to need to go after both of those. Eventually we're going to go after Alaska, but I'm not sure when exactly we're going to pull the trigger on that one. That's going to be a tougher war. Not super tough, but tougher. So that's fine. We can, at this point, actually think about lowering our taxes, I think. Well, we should let this recalculate. Actually, this is fine. For now, anyway. We'll see how that goes. Cool. So that's okay. We do have some insufficient taxation capacity. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Yucatan, and Zacatecas. That's the way I'm pronouncing that. I imagine that's wrong. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Yucatan, and... there we go. Cool. So we do need to build additional railways, particularly in Rio Grande as well. And realistically, these should have been queued up at the top of the queue. There's all of those shipyards, and we're not quite wanting these to happen before the government administrations. Cool. So that's looking good. We'll go ahead and tick forward here. How are we doing financially? Okay, minus 45k isn't bad. I don't hate that. Oil is currently expensive, and we could do something about that. We could go into our resources, or no, we already built all of our oil rigs, didn't we? We can't do anything about that. We're maximally extracting oil, and it's still expensive. Okay, that's exciting. It may not be fully employed yet. That's a potential option. And yeah, I'm completely okay with running a bit of a deficit here. This investment pool is actually increasing right now. And we have 27 million in it. Interesting. So we're pulling 777k out of it. And 120... actually like 50k. This is really increasing a lot. We should increase our construction sectors then. So we're going to increase this in... sort by building level, please. Actually, we can't because they're maxed out. Right. Sort by peasants. We're going to go for Oklahoma here, and we're going to put in a full 30. What could possibly go wrong by increasing our construction by 50%? What could possibly go wrong here? We go down to destroyers for our naval base as well. So I want to go over to our construction queue. And we're going to head over here, bumping up all of those construction sectors. Again, what could possibly go wrong here? Interesting. Law enforcement investment has increased. Sure, we definitely need to bring our taxes back up, but there we go. Cool. So we'll try to balance around this point. Oil was discovered in Ontario. Do we hold that? No, we don't. Okay. We will eventually. We've got about 1 week until all those construction sectors come online. There we go. So now things are going to get kind of spicy here. I'm wondering, can we not pull from our investment pool for shipyards? We need to go into our laws and check that. We're on interventionism. Manufacturing industries, which I assumed shipyards are considered. They're in this category here. Maybe. North German people are migrating to Yucatan. Sounds good. And our shipyards are going to be starting to finish up very soon here. So I'm hoping that things will improve somewhat. How long on all of our shipyards here? Well, it's like 51 weeks. Okay, 46 weeks now, allegedly. Cool. We're starting to finish up a bunch of these shipyards, though. We should require... Yep, this is all reasonably expected. Market access in Rio Grande is at 91 right now. That's noted. Ironclads are still considered expensive. It's interesting... Okay, it is removing from this investment pool. Noted. So actually, we need more construction. That's what this means. Okay. Well, Missouri it is. And I guess Iowa, too. What could possibly go wrong? Sure. This is going to go extraordinarily well. I'm going to come over here. We're going to move up the Missouri construction sectors. I'm going to leave the Iowa construction sectors for the moment. Okay. So that's all looking good. We're going to have that done in 1 week here. The primary purpose of this is to start actually removing from the investment pool. We have 33.7 million pounds there that we're not actually utilizing, right? So that's very important. We want to utilize that money. We're still adding to the investment pool here. Yeah, this is our full cost of construction goods being pulled from the investment pool. So we definitely need to continue to work on that. So let's go ahead and bring up the construction sectors in Iowa now. This went back to the top on the week tick. That's a little awkward, but sure. Cool. So the Iowa construction sectors are going to finish up. That will definitely pull us negative in the investment pool. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to get that done. There we go. So now we're actually removing from our investment pool. Market access in Rio Grande is still a little bit low, but we just now finished up the work there. It looks like we're probably going to require like 2 more government administrations in Oklahoma. We'll go ahead and get those put in. What else would we need? Arkansas, Zacatecas, Missouri, and Yucatan. Okay. Arkansas and Missouri it was? Cool. So that's all underway. And we're now auto-queuing a lot of stuff here. Like, we're building so fast, right? We're building so fast. We're not even maxing out our construction right now. Cool. So this is looking good. We're building, like, 7 pages of things simultaneously. We're still not maxing out our construction. Is it even possible for the auto queue to max out our construction? Maybe. It's maybe possible. That's a lot of iron mines. Okay, I like it. We're still not maxed out, but it's good enough. We are removing from our investment pool at a prodigious rate at this point, and we're negative in our balance. We're going to be like negative 600k when we run out of investment pool money. So for the moment, I think this is fine. We don't need to expand our construction anymore. I don't think that we, quote-unquote, needed to expand our construction at all, to be clear. But I want to get all of these shipyards done for sure and get us fully auto-queuing. 25 weeks in our construction queue. We should just move this power plant up and get a bunch of auto-queue in. And move this power plant up. That only auto-queued like one thing. Okay. Move up this munitions plant. I really wish that you could adjust the time left that it auto-queued up to. This is probably... It's still not fully queued. You know what? At the bottom of the queue, let's just max out our resource generations. Let's do it. Let's get this over with. It will go very quick. With this level of construction, it's going to go really quick. So we're just queuing up all of this, of which there's a lot. Coal mines, iron mines, lead mines, sulfur mines, logging camps, fishing wharves, whaling stations. Actually, especially whaling stations. Let's get those maxed out right now. There we go. Let's get the rest of these coal mines queued up. There are a lot of those. But the whaling stations will generate some amount of oil, so that is useful for us. Wow, we can have 140 coal mines in Kentucky. I knew Kentucky was a big coal mining state, but that's ridiculous. Okay, so we're getting all of these coal mines queued up. We have a lot of construction queued up here, but that's fine. We're just trying to drive down the prices of various goods. So there we go. We'll get iron mines next. And I'm queuing all of these at the bottom of the list. There are 25 states with iron mines. Would we be going faster if the game was paused? Yes. Yes, this does queue up a little bit faster. You know what? Control click for 10. I'm shift clicking. I should be control clicking. That will make it go a little quicker. Beautiful. We're queuing these up again at the bottom of the list, and this is mostly just because auto queue can't keep up right now. That's okay, for the record, but I want to get all of these done, since we can get it done very, very quickly indeed. So there's all of our iron mines queued up. Next up, lead mines. The game is definitely struggling a bit to keep up with this queuing. No doubt about that. I'm just sitting here spamming the button. That's the way this is working. Cool. One more? Two more. There we go. Excellent. So there's all of the lead mines. Next up, sulfur mines. Not that many sulfur mines to be built, but we'll definitely get those underway. And then logging camps. There's quite a lot of these to build. 54 states can build logging camps. But there aren't that many per state. I wish there was a way to just queue max. That would be nice. But alas, such a thing does not exist. And we'll just continue queuing these up. I guess at this point, the game may as well be ticking forward. It's going to be laggy either way, right? And we may as well be working on the construction queue while we're doing this. It'll be really interesting to see how long it's going to take to construct this at our current construction speed, which is ridiculous. Our current construction speed is absolutely insane. Okay, I want to see right now. 149 weeks. Okay. It'll be a little longer. Cool. This is definitely laggy. But that's, I guess, to be expected when we're queuing up, you know, several thousand buildings. That makes sense. Can I just, like, start at the bottom and spam my way upwards, maybe? Let's see. Does it read all of these clicks? Well, eventually. Eventually it reads the clicks. That's not speedy. No doubt about that, but it does get there in the end. Boy, that's not speedy. Okay. Well, cool. Let's get these last little bit done. I'm not sure if that's actually faster, but we're almost done here, so it's looking good. So we'll do the same thing here. Cool. We'll let that get caught up. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pause the game, and I'm also going to pause the recording, and we'll be back once I've got all of these queued up. See you guys in a moment. Okay, here we are with all of the resources queued up, and we're just ready to proceed here. How long is that going to take to build? 162 weeks. Honestly, that's not so bad. So that sounds good to me. We are going to tear through that with prodigious speed. I do want to see, how long do we have left on this investment pool? Not a tremendously large amount of time. Only about 23 weeks. We're going to be very, 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 very negative once that runs out. That's okay. For the time being, we can just invest extraordinarily heavily into our economy. And I think that'll be good. Explosives are currently expensive. Insufficient taxation capacity in Veracruz does, of course, mean that we should queue up a pair of government administrations here. And it looks like the lag is caused by the length of the list here. I'm guessing because we're prepending that, it probably has to recreate the list. I'm guessing that's like a... Yeah, that's probably what's going on there. It's probably due to the number of things in the list. We'll let that work its way through for a while, but this is going to require a little bit of work here for sure. I would like to deal with the price of explosives, perhaps. How much are we spending in our construction goods on each thing? 1.03 million on steel. And the price of steel is considered what right now? Pin that open, please. Thank you. We'll just go in here. So, in the market, steel is considered plus 22%. That's not tremendously expensive. Okay. For now, that's fine. And we're just going to continue absolutely tearing through these constructions. We need to remove things from the list, of course, and that also should get fairly laggy given the length of the list. That's a, ON operation, I believe. So, that's to be expected if this is implemented the way I believe it is. So that's fine. A whole bunch of coal mines are finishing up, and that will, of course, remove some things from the list. This is good. Furniture manufactories are going to be finishing up. And we're going to have these power plants as well. This is probably going to put us very negative on the price of oil, isn't it? That's my guess. For the time being, I'm going to actually raise taxes up to very high. So we're going to sit here. We're going to build up gold reserves because we're going to run out of investment pool. We know this. So we're going to build up gold reserves for a little bit on very high taxes while we work our way through this. All of this money is getting invested, so it should be fine. We do have flash freezing finishing up in 3 weeks. That's fine. And we've got 147 weeks in total on all of this construction. This is going to bring the price of, like, all of the things super far down. I do want to check through each of these again and just make sure that we have at least size 1 built. I'm going to auto-expand these because they share arable land. We don't want to just hard max them out, so that's fine for now. And yeah, we're going to run out of investment pool in like 12 to 15 weeks. That's expected. There's this electrics industry finishing up over here. That's convenient. Government administrations finishing up. Low market access currently in Maine and Iowa, and our flash freezing just finished up. So we do want to build a railway in Maine and in Iowa. With the length of construction queue, that's pretty laggy, but that's to be expected. We finished flash freezing here. All that's left for production is dough rollers. So we'll go ahead and take that. And we'll go into our buildings. And we'll take flash freezing. Let's see. Is there anything in here that needs it? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much all here. So refrigerated rail cars. Sounds good. That's just going to use more transportation. I think that's fine. Completely and totally fine. And then down over here, we wanted flash freezing for our fishing wharves and our whaling stations. Cool. That should do. Excellent. So market access in Iowa is continuing to drop. I'm going to queue up a second railway there. Cool. So all of these coal mines are going to finish up eventually, right? Is this like pollution being shown here? There's definitely some very heavy mining work going on there. We can see it from orbit. I like it. Cool. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be absolutely great. So we are going to run out of investment pool in like 6 months here. But we do have good gold reserves, and we should, I think, be quasi-okay to continue constructing at this pace. Quasi-okay. Actually, yeah, we should still be positive once we run out. So that's good. No frontier lasts forever. And our GDP is currently a little awkward. We know that. It's no big deal. So when are we going to be done building coal mines? Coal mines is one of our biggest investments. We're actually working on all of our coal mines. Well, actually, let's move these whaling stations. We don't need to move them up. No, we're not working on all of our coal mines. We will be done with all of our coal mines eventually. This is a ways. Okay. About a year. 51 weeks before we're done with all of our coal mines. Noted. We will continue, of course, to work on our market access. That will be what we need to work on now. Yeah, as expected, 150K. Excellent. That's perfect. Electricity is expensive. Ironclads are expensive. Montana and Iowa both need fairly hefty railways. We actually need to bring this up to being +4. And then Montana needs to move up to +4 as well. Cool. Yeah, that list manipulation is definitely struggling. We have made our way through about 300 of this list, though. So that's a good sign. The list is getting smaller all the time. So that market access is continuing to be the case in Montana and Iowa. Hello, pause menu. That is all underway. Looks good. We can crack down on the Whig Party activities. Why not? Enact protected speech. We have right of assembly right now. Do we want to do this? Technology spread. Sure, we can do that. That'll be fine. Absolutely great. So how many of these are we finishing per week? That was like 30 some? 1705 right now. It's off screen. The number is so large. But it's 1705 now and 1689. Okay, it's a variable amount per week, but it's definitely making progress. No doubt about that one. How are things looking on the market access front? Colorado and Guerrero. Okay, so we need to get a railway in Colorado, and we need to get 2 railways in Guerrero. That actually clicked on the railway instead of queuing up another one. Hilarious. We're currently slightly negative financially. I'm okay with this. And our GDP is going to look like it's stagnating. That's fine. This is, in fact, deliberate. It's not actually stagnating. In reality, we're driving prices sharply down. So we're going to need to keep an eye on market access, right? That's going to be a big deal. Going forward, market access is going to be absolutely huge. Oil is going to continue to be problematic. We do want to take over Oregon and Upper Canada. When's our truce with Oregon up? 1905, I think? Yes, 18 July 1905. So about 6 months there. Oil discovered in Arkansas. Great. So we are, of course, going to max out our oil rigs there. There's only the one available. But we will build that as a top priority. Cool. So we're continuing to plow our way through these coal mines. We have 90 pages of things queued up. French people are migrating to New York. Cool. Absolutely great there. And at this point, it's going to be 36 weeks, 35 weeks, until our coal mines are done. Good. We're kind of flooding the market with coal right now, I think. And realistically, we may want to move up some of those iron mines. I'm thinking about it. This looks okay for the time being. Market access in Iowa is now maxed out. Cool. The Red Menace, huh? The rise of communism in powerful countries like Italy has become a talking point with the Whig Party. We're allied with Italy, kind of. I mean, they're not really. Like, we're ideologically aligned I should say. That's the right term. We're ideologically aligned. We're not allied. We're, I think, rivaled, actually. But that's fine. Market access in Montana is still low, but we're working on it. Guerrero, Colorado. I think we're going to need an additional... No, we queued up 2 in Guerrero. Never mind. We don't need an additional railway there. Cool. The election is in, and the Working Men's Party wins again, with 71% of the vote. Fantastic. This government may actually need to be legitimized. So, yep, there we go. We'll go ahead and reform that up to a righteous government. Beautiful. Okay, so we're currently still working on enacting protected speech. It's fine. Photographs of the United States of America. We could gain prestige or legitimacy. Prestige. We don't need legitimacy. We're maxed on that. So we can always get more legitimacy, even if we don't, strictly speaking, need it. We do need a government administration in Massachusetts. We'll queue that up at the top of the queue. And what else might we need? Montana's at 75%, Guerrero and Colorado. Both of those should be okay. Kentucky is going to need, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to need more than we're building, or more than we have, for sure. More than 1. More than it appears at this moment. Guerrero also requires a government administration, so we'll go ahead and put one in there at the top of the queue. Cool. 1,400 things remain in the queue. Excellent. So going through this here, coal mines are now 21 weeks away from finishing. We're not quite building all of them yet, but it's close. We're 103 weeks away from this ridiculous construction project. This is an insane construction project, and we probably shouldn't be doing it, but I do like to do it this way. Australian people are migrating to Pennsylvania. Sounds good. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to get all of this construction finished up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. Rubber was just discovered in Santo Domingo. That is not our territory. Okay, get out of here, rubber notification.